Alright, then we can begin with the turn 2 early afternoon. We will roll one Confederate die, and if it comes up 1, ooh, Lee is available. So I guess he's just, you use him as a logistics boost. Or you get Lee down in there pointing, you go here, you go here. Looking for a 1. No good. Lee is not available, so I don't know what we'll do with this chit. Maybe we'll put it over here on number 3. We'll roll for that. Next is Howard. Let's see if we roll for him. I don't think we do. Okay, maybe used. So these are maybe used chits. So we got to do something with this one that may be used. All right, let's go over here to Howard's. Oh, which one has a name on it? Howard would be which core? He would be this core here. So whenever you can see there, whenever that core gets drawn, we could throw down the Howard chit instead. It's the same thing for all these. These special chits are just a matter of when you pull a chit, look over there. If you got one that's special, you can maybe use it and give yourself a good die roll modifier. It's just basically a logistics boost. And it's a nice little mechanic. I like it. I like this, the way you draw the chits and everything for the game. All right. So anyway, now we don't have any Union leaders that come into effect. In this game, they give you the option of when you first get these chits at the beginning of the turn, you can put them all in the cup, or you can hold off until all of them are drawn and then put them in the cup. That's supposedly, I guess, through play testing and everything, there's a problem with, and it's as in real life, and I'm having it in my game too, is road congestion. So I guess that relieves some road congestion if you want to leave some people behind. You know, you get one group gets a head start. I guess I'm not sure. I'm sure the people that have played this game hundreds of times or 10 or 20 times know more than I do. But I don't remember running into a traffic jam when we played second bull run. So we'll see. All right. I don't believe we're going to hold anybody back. Each one of these generals come in different areas. There's not going to really be a traffic jam. You know, here you go, and there you go. That's the 3 points that the rebels are coming in for, or coming in at. So we'll put all 3 of them into the draw cup. All right, what else is up? Let me make sure we're up to date. I think that's the only homework we had. Look around here at the board, making sure we didn't forget nothing, and we'll be right back for our first draw. Let's see what's going on, who comes in first. I think the odds are, I'm not sure. Let's see, we can dump all these out real quick. Okay, well, it looks like it's a 50-50. 50-50. We'll be right back. All right, then our sequence in play. Mutual reinforcement phase. Confederates get the reinforcement first. I don't know if that makes a difference, but they get to do that. And then it's early entry reinforcement attempts. We did that, and the Confederates failed. So we got some reinforcement, I think, coming on turn 5. So what happened there? We're good on that. Reinforcement arrivals, artillery, special command marker phase. We just got through with that. Operational phase, first command activation and movement combat. So our first, and this is where you get the replayability at with this neat little chit draw mechanic. But in this game, we get to alternate history and find out who goes first. I got 2 of them here, and it will be the Confederates and Pender. All right, let's look down here and see, where's old Pender? Is that him over here? Oh, nope. You find out where Pender's is. Pender is coming up from up here. We gotta zoom in here. See if we can read it. I can't. I'm back here. Pender, I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's see how many of these he's got. We will roll for his movement. All right, Pender is which corps? Oh, okay. They have them underneath their names: Rhodes, Johnson, Early, Anderson. All right, and we're down there with Pender, rolling for his movement. Now let's see here. We can bring in one of these special chits. Let's check that out real quick. Oh, I don't see anything for the rebels. There you go. Their spot's empty. No chits next to them. We do have chits for. If we draw, you got to draw them first. There you go. So looking around there, I think we're good to go. The rebels have artillery. Does Pender have any artillery? No, no artillery for Pender. So let's roll for Pender's command roll. See how he does on his first opportunity. Pender is up. Does he shit the bed? Ooh, 2 means yeah, he does. Old Pender only getting a 4 movement point. Let me see. Let's put Pender on here. There you go. To remind us that maybe, yeah, we'll put him there. And they get 4 movement points. Wow. All right, what are we going to do? What would Pender do? We'll be right back. All right, Pender coming on to the battle, making his entrance. Now we can either use road movement or, I don't know if I'll have to look underneath there. I think that's a unfinished railroad berm or mound. I think that's cleared up too. We'll look and see on that. But he can use his, let me get you out of here so we're not so shaky. I'm not shaky. Maybe I am. But anyway, what was I going to say? So he could use what's called reinforcement march, where you can use the road movement at a quarter movement point per hex. That'll get him all the way up here. Now, the only thing is, I don't think you can move adjacent to an enemy unit when you do that. So Pender's options are at the old Spangler, I guess, ranch or something, farm. You can't stack with these boys here. There you go with the traffic jam. So you can either do this using reinforcement march, or this costs 1 movement point. A hex 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll get him up here. I'm thinking he's just going to go up here. Don't know if we want him walking across country. We'll check that out. See if this way, and or if we can maybe get up there what our movement rate is. Terrain effects for those hexes. Be right back. All right, here we are with the railroad cut, and I have it pretty well zoomed, and I still can't make that out. But instead of being elevated, it looks to me like it's a depression. Hence, they're saying 1 movement point to get there, and then D. You come down here to D, and that says may not enter or exit through shaded hex side. Well, let's look at this here. I'll get you out of that. We'll come on over here. So I'm interpreting it as being 1 all the way through, but you can't leave this way or this way. You got to go all the way through and as get out this way. It's kind of like a tunnel. So there you go. We got that taken care of. Just wanted to find out what the terrain effects were on that sunken road. And there's things here that pertain only to Bull Run and only to Gettysburg, so you got to watch on all that. But and there's some combat effects too on that sunken road. You're almost stuck there. You can't retreat out of it through those shaded hex sides. So that is some notes on terrain effects on Gettysburg. Oh, here you go. I was wondering where that was. Yeah, north. That's more. My map's more this way on my game, but yeah, either or. You can sit anywhere you want. All right. So anyway, that's it. We're still finding out what he wants to do with his 4 movement points. Pender, be right back. All right. Technical difficulties. Didn't really record when I thought I was. That is the extent of Pender's movement. One thing about reinforcement march, I think is what it's called, is you can't end your movement adjacent to a friendly unit. Don't know why, but there you go. Now, if we would have used regular movement, we could have been right next to each other. We would have fed them up mainly, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4 here and back. So this way we did get a little bit of a 1 hex or so head start to where the firing is, and we couldn't get up there to the front line anyway. All right, well, that is that. Then we had the next draw, and the next draw was, it says here, 11th Corps and 9th Corps here, but it's all the same. You can see the old half moon. So now this is rules. Here's a little rule. You can see here, now we don't have no special command markers, or what are they called? This here's a regular command marker. This one here is called a special command marker. I was right. All right, now I could put this aside and pick either one of these. That's one of the advantages of having a special command marker. So let me check these out and see who we want to activate. Do we put this to the side? Use Howard's. And all they are is dyro modifiers, a +1. It helps you with the movement, just logistics. So it's almost like a logistics roll. Let me check out the rules on this real quick. We'll be right back. Well, I was wrong, because one of the caveats is you use that special command marker. We have this option from turn 2 through 4, but you had to have drawn a second corps command marker. So we didn't draw a second corps command marker. We drew a 9th corps. So let's go over here to our special Howard. Maybe used on both turns 2 and 3 in place of any Union command. So any one of these drawn we could have substituted. Since we drew him, I think we'll keep him. Yeah, I think we'll keep this one here and hold off on the special. But it does give me a adds 1 dyro modifier to that formation removed from play after turn 3. Well, I guess we could use it. Yeah. Use it now. You always want that dyro modifier. Alright. Can be used on both turns 2 and 3. So we'll keep it there. After we use it. Alright, we'll set this aside. What are we going to set these aside to? I don't want to lose track of these here. We'll put it right next to the cup. And we will use this one, and we can use it again. So that just gives me a 1 dyro modifier now when I'm rolling for 9th Corps command. So let's see here, 9th Corps, they're all on the road there, +1 dyro modifier. Oh, he knocks it out of the park. So he will get a, ooh, look at this. All right, we can put this back. So we'll put this over here, and he gets 8 movement points. Yeah, I think we're doing that right. Or set to go. It would have been hit out of the park anyway, so it kind of, I guess, it would have been a wasted use of that marker. But anyway, there you go. We will come back and move. And another thing you want to keep in mind is the little command range. It's got to be within 4 hexes. None of these guys can be outside of 4 hexes. They're buddies. So we'll be right back. We'll all be on the road. We'll be good. And we cannot use reinforcement march now. We already used it to get on here. So there you go. Regular march. 8 movement points. 1 movement point per hex on the road. All right. We got the Union forces. I'm going to say it's the 9th Corps. And I got it wrong on the other one. But they are double timing. There going to be some worn out mofos. Too bad they ain't got a fatigue factor. You should knock that down running that fast. That 2 should be a 1. But anyway, well, yeah, we're just thinking out loud. Old Ames. Brigade, maybe? Leading the way. Followed by, let me see here. Schimmelfing. Oh my gosh. Schimmelfening. Wow. And then, it don't get any better. I remember these names from other games I played. Krasnowaski. And Von Gilsa pulling up the rear of 9th Corps. That is it for that draw. Command sheet's done. I think we're good to go. Let's go on with our next draw. Here we go. Here, I mean, it's basic Gettysburg game, I guess. Everybody coming on in and meeting on up. But we're going to try to change it up here a little bit. We're going to try to be different. And one thing we do, and it depends. Just a little note. You always had, I forgot whose cavalry was it? Jackson's cavalry? Or, yeah, maybe Stonewall's cavalry. Out, what they call on a ride. And what I do, and this is in my Waterloo game, is I concentrate that cavalry. In Waterloo, they got them all over through here, man. I gather those things up and we go on a ride. So I don't know if you can do anything like that in this game with these guys being on foot. We got a little bit of a cavalry aspect for the Union. But let's draw a chit and see who comes back. We want to change it up. And that's one thing I want to make a little note. We got that millionaire NFL best ball tournament. And it's a NFL draft tournament where you draft, I think it's $20. You get a $20 team for free. Great. If anybody likes football, get ready for the season. But if you go on that draft, you'll see it's almost a shoe-in. Almost everybody, but maybe 1 or 2 guys, drafts wide receivers. I had the number 1 pick. I picked Christian McCaffrey. You gotta be different. So, yeah, everybody you just see when a draft comes, wide receiver, me, quarterback, wide receiver, me, tight end, wide receiver, me, running back. Yeah, so I got Allen, McCaffrey, and Kelsey. Number 1 quarterback, number 1 running back, and number 1 tight end. While everybody else is getting these chump changers, 10 points a week, wide receivers. I'm getting these guys that are 30. I mean, it's basic math. I don't know, but anyway, maybe we'll see how it turns out. Okay, next one up is Rhodes. And Rhodes does he have any artillery? Let's see here. Rhodes does have artillery available to him. All right, now we can't switch him out with anybody here because we don't have no special command markers. So Rhodes will go here. No die roll modifier on his roll. I'm pretty sure we're doing this right. We don't have none available to us. So we'll roll a Confederate die for Rhodes. No die roll modifier. It tells you how far you can roll. Oh, Rhodes is on it. So it's kind of good that we're rolling like this because, yeah, they would be on it. So he's got a good command. Rhodes is very effective. And, we'll make sure we got the right one here. Where's Rhodes? Rhodes is up here. I got him. Rhodes is really very effective early in the game, but no, Rhodes is up here. With a 6, he will be moving 8, and he has artillery. Where do we have the Rhodes boys at? Early's down here. Rhodes coming in from the north. We'll be back. He gets 8 movement points. All right, well, here's the story. We got Buford's cavalry still out there. They haven't been drawn yet, so they're still dilly-dallying around. But as they are, there was a slight little skirmish there. What kind of creek is that? What creek is that? Willoughby Run Creek. And Buford's cavalry took the blunt of it. It was pretty well, I don't know if you call them eliminated. They were non-combat effective, so they faded away. Some you can see there, Davis's brigade took a hit, reduced, took casualties, but they're still there. Now we could bring in old Rhodes, and the key thing that we want to do to keep those Union boys from getting victory points, get that Buford victory point for these guys surviving. It's maybe attacking that cavalry. Now they'll get a chance to retreat, but looks like that's what's going to come on in. Old Buford's cavalry getting chopped up in the beginning hours of this Gettysburg game. We'll see what happens. We still got to move. We'll be right back. All right, then. Here is strategy. These first numbers are combat strength numbers. That's the number of guns be firing at each other. But that second number tells you how bad you're going to get nailed. So we have an opportunity to have what's called in this game a flank attack, attacking from 2 different sides. It's not good for Buford's cavalry. These old boys with their high command roll. What was his? Rhodes? Rhodes, come on through. Rhodes, come on through. Give him a medal because he's got his boys going with that 8 movement points. I'll show you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all in the clear, able to get on here. Now, one thing that's really, really important about this game I want to make note of is elevation. You always want to be higher up than your enemy. That's just basic momentum running downhill, and everything downhill is always tougher. So we want to get up there on that hill, and we definitely want to strike a blow at that Buford cavalry. That'll deny the Union of a victory point. You get victory points of any one of these brigades, and a brigade is both of these units survives till turn 7. This old boy's already been reduced. So, and another thing is, we want to remember, Buford has an artillery coming to him in that fight too. Not only does Buford have artillery, but Rhodes. So it could be a little bit of a big old guns going off. They'll be hearing that for miles. All right, let's see there. I think that's going to be it. It's just a matter of which units you want to attack. You can see he's got an attack factor of 1, but he's got a good tactical rating of 4. Do I put him in here? Give me a less attack factor, but a more chance of surviving? You see how that all goes. There's a 2-2 there. I kept him back. You can see I got my high tactical boys up front. So always take a notice of these numbers. He only gets a half a point. Half a point for artillery. Buford's artillery ain't too hip. But what really needs to happen for the Union is when they roll for that cavalry withdrawal. So that's one thing the designer of the game gave them, is the ability. They're on horses. They can get the hell out of here. The only time they can is if they have a shitty roll. And that's what happened with Buford's other unit here. That's why they got hammers. They just had a shitty. All depends on the rolls. We'll be back. Okay, then I think that's the way I'm going to do it. That's the way I had it set there before I did the other video. I could throw him in, but with his higher elevation, I want as many attack factors as possible before I throw in somebody with a better tactical rating. We want to make sure artillery is available to be used in these terrains effects, if it has anything to do with the artillery, but there you go. I think that adds 1 to his attack factors. I'm not sure. We'll check that on out, but that's what it's looking like. Ooh, Rhodes come around the back for a flank attack against Buford's cavalry. Will they be able to mount up and get the heck out of there? If not, they do have maybe a couple 2-pounders, 2-pound ganders. No, we'll be back. All right, then. Here you go. We will start with the hill terrain. Defensive modifiers. The I guess combat strength will be a +1, and there's a K, and that means that the defensive unit, the Union unit, will receive that +1 die roll modifier only if all the Confederate units are below him on elevation, which they are. He's on top of the hill, and they're fighting up, so he gets a +1 modifier. Artillery is allowed because the target is basically in a clear hex. I think maybe in the forest it might not have been woods. Artillery allowed, no, but on a clear hex, artillery is allowed. So we'll be able to, both units. Oh, hold on a second, maybe we won't be able to. We'll have to check that out. Yeah, we're using our artillery, so I'm thinking the Confederates won't be able to use artillery because they're in the woods. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. There you go. So no artillery for Rhodes. Where's he at? Rhodes. Pender, Rhodes. Okay, we'll put his artillery back. Yeah, because he won't be able to use it. His, well, now we got to find out who can use it or not. Oh, let me see. Woods. No artillery allowed in woods. So no, he can't use it. The one in the clear can use it. So there you go. We'll be back. And that makes sense. The boys in the clear can fire at the boys in the woods, but the boys in the woods can't fire at the boys in the clear because they got all kinds of trees in front of them. That's why we're interpreting that. We'll be back. Then before we have combat, Buford's cavalry gets a chance to retreat. All right. That's a 10 or less. Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, how in the hell did they fail it on their last roll? But I'm looking at the wrong number. We want to look at that 4. That 10's their movement. They can gallop the heck out of there. So he must have failed. He must have rolled a 5 or higher on that earlier combat. That's why he failed to get out of there. So we're looking for a 4 or less for Buford's cavalry. 4. He gets it. He gets to get out of there. We won't use any artillery. We'll put the artillery back here. And he can move 10. That's good for the Union because we have to make those 2 brigades survive till turn 7. So they can report back on what they seen. But other than that, yeah, they're getting out of there. We'll be right back. All right, then, my mistake. I don't know if I said anything earlier about them retreating 10, but he's only allowed to retreat 3. You add 1 movement point penalty if you're going up a hill. Going down the hills, no problem. So coming off the top of that hill was just easy. 1, 2, and I moved them here because I don't want to get these guys free reign. Hopefully, if they contact us again, we can roll a 4 or less and get the heck out of there. But yeah, I think we got to take a chance there. We can't let the Confederates. They could probably get all the way into Gettysburg if we didn't stop them. So we gotta do a little bit of delaying action. That'll take care of the chit draw. He's out because he's already been in there. And we'll call this a video because I want to come back and play me some more of this Cactus Air Force. So we're going to be back. This is a new toy, and we like playing it. We like getting it going, and we're having a great time with it, with all the strategies. But here's what's going on. We still got more chits to draw to see who goes first, but Buford's cavalry this time made the escape. All right, one post-video note before we call it a video, and we call it a wrap, as we always do. We said that the artillery could not have fired from that spot, and we were right, but we forgot that this little boy here was in the clear. Let me see here. Yeah, so artillery would have been able to use by each side, Confederate and Union. Just want to make note of that we noticed, but they made their getaway. When we come back, it'll be chit draw time. More turn 2, early afternoon, July 4th, Gettysburg action.